and animals. However, there are other living organisms around us which we normally cannot see. These are called microorganisms or microbes. For example, you might have observed that during the rainy seasons, moist bread gets spoiled and its surface get all covered with grays white patches. Observe these patches through a magnifying glass. You will see tiny black round structures. Do you know what these structures are and where do these come from? Microorganisms collect some moist soil from the fleet in a beaker and water to it after the soil particles have settled down. Observe a drop of water from the beaker under microbes. What do you see? Take a few drops of water from a pond, spread on glass slide and observe through microscope. Do you find tiny organism moving around? These observations show that matter and soil are full of tiny organisms, though not all of them fall into the categories of microbes. These microorganisms or microbes are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eyes. Some of these, such as the fungus that grow on bread, can be seen with a magnifying glass. Other cannot be seen without the help of microscope. That is why these are called microorganisms or microbes. Microorganisms are classified into four major groups. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae. Some of these common microorganisms are shown figure. Viruses are also microscopic but are different from other microorganisms. They, however, reproduce only inside the cold of the host organism, which may be a bacteria, plant, or animals. Some of the viruses are shown in common animal like cold, influenza, and most cough and are caused by virus. Serious diseases like polio and chicken pox are also caused by virus. Diseases like dynasty and malaria are caused by protozoa, where typhoid and tuberculosis are bacteria disease. You have learned about of these microorganisms in class 6 and 7th 8. 8. Chlamydia, Spirogara, amoeba, algae, bread modules, Penicillia, aspergillosis. Friendly microorganism. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the preparations of curd, bread, and cake. Microorganisms have been used for these productions of alcohol since age. They are also used in cleanup of environment. For example, the organic waste, vegetable peels, remains of animals, feces, etc are broken down into harmless and usable substance by bacteria. Recall that bacteria are also used in the preparations of medicines. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogens. Where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single called like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as the many algae and fungi. They live in all types of environment, ranging from ice cold climate to hot spring and desert to marshy land. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans. Some microorganisms grow on the other organism while others exist freely. Microorganisms hand us. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and cause diseases. Let us study about them in details. Making of curd and bread. You have learned in class 7th that milk is turned into curd by bacteria. I saw that my mother added a little curd to warm milk to set a curd for the next day. I wondered why. Curd contains several microorganisms of these. The bacteria lactobacillus promote the formations of curd. It multiplies in milk and converts convert into curd. Bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese, pickles, and many other food items. An important ingredient of rava sushi, Italy, and Batura is curd. Can you guys why bacteria and yeast are also helpful for formations of rice, idli and dosa batter? But take the 1.2 kilograms flour, atta or millet, add some sugar and mix with warm water. Add a small amount of yeast powder and knead to make a soft dough. What do you observe after 2 hours? Did you find the dough rising? Made it with the yeast powder raised malaria. Yeast reproduce rapidly and produce carbon dioxide during respirations bubbles of the gas fill the duff and increase its volume. This is the basis of use of yeast in the baking of industries for making bread, pastries, and cakes. Commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for large scale production of alcohol, wine, acetic acid, vinegar, yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugar present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, custard, fruit, juice, etc. Take 500 ml beaker filled up to thick water, dissolve 2-3 teaspoons of sugar in add half a spoon of yeast powder to the sugar solution. Keep it covered in warm place for 5 hours. Now a small solution. Can you get a small? This is small of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as a fermentation. Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. Medicinal use of microorganisms. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotics tablet, capsule, or injection, such as the penicillin. The source of these medicines is microorganism. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganism. Such medicine are called antibiotics. These days the number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. Streptomycin, tetramycins, and anthomycins are some of them. In 1929, Alexander Fleming was working on a culture of disease causing bacteria. Suddenly, he found a spores of little green mold in one of these culture plates. He observed that the presence of modules prevent the growth of bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. From this, the module penicillin was prepared is commonly known the antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured by the growing specific microorganism and are used to cover a variety of disease. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check the microbial infection in animals. They are also used to control many plant diseases. It is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor. Also, you must complete a course prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong dose, it may make the drug less effective when you might need it in the future. Also, antibiotics taken unnecessary may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. Antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu. These are caused by virus. Vaccine. Why are children, infants given the vaccinations? When a disease carrying the microbes enter our body, the body produces antibiotics to fight them, the invader. The body also remember how to fight in microbe if it enter again. If dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fight and kills the invading bacteria by production suitable antibiotics. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected. from these diseases causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases, including the cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis, can be prevented by vaccinations. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccines for smallpox in 1798. In your childhood, you must have been given injections to protect yourself against several diseases. Can you prepare a list of these diseases? You may take the help from your parents. It is essential to protect all children against these diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in the nearby hospital. You might have seen the advertisement or TV and newspaper regarding protection of children against polio under the Pulse Polio program. Polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. Our a worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to the eradications from most part of the world. These days, the vaccine are made on the large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases, increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers, cleansing the environment. Bojo and Paheli had observed the school gardener making manure along with their friends. They collect waste of plant, vegetable, and fruit from nearby houses and gardens. They put them in pit meant from waste disposal. After some time, it decomposed and got converted to the manure. Bojo and Paheli wanted to know how this had happened. Activity 2.5. Take two pots and fill each pot half with soil. Mark them A and B. Put plant waste in pot A. Things like polythene bags, empty glass bottles, and broken plastic toys in pot B. Pot the side observe them after 3 4 weeks. Do you find any difference in the content of two pots? If you so, what is the difference? You will find that plant waste in pot A has been decomposed. How did this happen? The plant waste has been converted into the manure by the actions of microbes. The nutrients released in the process can be used by the plant again. Did you notice that in pot B, the polythene bags, empty glass bottles, and broken to toys part did not undergo any such changes? The microbes could not act on them and convert them into the manure. You often see a large amount of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because of the microorganism decompose dead organic waste of plant and animals, converting them into simple substance. These substances are again used by other plant and animals. This microorganism can be used to degrade the harmful and small substance and thereby clean up to environment. Harmful microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plant, and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogen. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing, and leather. Let us study more about their harmful activities. Disease causing microorganism in human. Pathogen enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried by an animal's microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to the healthy persons through air, water, food. Physical to contact are called communal disease. Example of such disease include cholera, common cold, chicken pox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneeze, fine drops, moisture carrying thousands of virus spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of healthy person while breathing cause infections.